When Yosef finally met his brother Binyamin after 22 years, the Torah says, Yosef fell on his brother Binyamin's neck and cried, and Binyamin fell on his brother Yosef's neck and cried. But this seems to be superfluous. The Torah could have just saying very short, the two brothers embraced each other and cried. Why use so many words? He fell on his neck and cried, and he fell on his neck and cried. Rashi answers that Yosef was crying for Binyamin, and Binyamin was crying for his brother Yosef, because Yosef had a vision, and he saw that in the future, the Holy Temple, which was in the plot of the Benjamin tribe, was going to be destroyed. So he cried for the temple of Binyamin, and his plot that's going to be destroyed. And Binyamin saw that ultimately the temple that was in the plot of the Yosef tribe in Shiloh was going to be destroyed. So Benjamin cried for his brother Yosef. So basically, Yosef cried for his brother Binyamin's troubles, and Binyamin cried for his brother Yosef's troubles. And the Rebbe asks a very simple question. Each one had their own destruction, their own trouble. Let each one cry for their own problems. Why cry for the other person's problems? And the Rebbe explained a beautiful insight. The function of crying is to ease one's pain. It doesn't fix anything of which you're crying about. So for instance, if a person is experiencing failure or going through a very difficult period, and the person is so overwhelmed, he begins to cry. So the crying eases his emotional pain. But the crying itself won't fix anything, it won't help anything. So when it comes to a person's difficulties and failures, the crying is not so necessary, which means you cry a little bit, but you can't be satisfied with crying. The most important thing to do is action. Work hard, put in a lot of effort to fix your particular situation, and God will bless it. But crying won't do anything. But when it comes to someone else's troubles and destruction, there's not much you can do. Yes, you can help, you can encourage, but ultimately every person is responsible for their life and to improve their life and make changes in their life. You can't do it for someone else. So when you see someone else's failures and destruction and it's not going well, so you cry for a friend. But for your own situation and for your own difficulties, it's not very important to cry. Yes, cry a little bit, but the most important is to act. And therefore, Yosef didn't cry for himself, because for yourself, you have to put in effort and you have to correct. He cried for his brother Binyamin's troubles, and Binyamin cried for Yosef's troubles. Have a very good Shabbos.